Well, it is an absolutely gorgeous day, and it has settled into a breezy, beautiful evening here live from Cubs Stadium in Brenham, Texas. This is Eastview Patriot Football live on SHN Sports, and this is the perfect atmosphere for football. Honored to be with you tonight, standing in for Travis Banks. I'm Steven Strong, alongside a familiar friend in Michael Francis. And before we get into this matchup tonight, Michael, I know we're going to do it quickly, but it's good to see you, man. How you feeling? How's the season been for you? It's good to be back.
It's exciting. It's good to be back. It's good to have you with us tonight. A familiar voice to the Eastview Patriot football fan base, and glad that you're here with us. It's been an exciting season.
Yeah, it has. I mean, Eastview comes in getting right off their first victory last week in district play. Those are huge. They're coming into the game here 1-2 after squeaking by Elgin 42-35, and they got the job done when it counted late in that game and made the difference. I know you and Travis were on that call last week, Michael.
Well, it is, and that was a redemption game from the loss that they took last year versus Elgin, and they come into tonight seeking redemption once again versus the same Brenham Cubs. As you recall, last season, your Patriots were leading that game, and Brenham was able to squeak away with a win to stun the Patriots. But they're looking to go 2-0 in district tonight. Both teams come into the district 1-0 and ready to get things started here tonight. We're about to have the national anthem, so we will take a moment when that begins. But prior to that, Stephen, it's an exciting night, as you mentioned.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is, and we're going to go ahead and turn it over to the field for the national anthem.
It's football time in Texas as we're ready to get things started here in Brenham tonight.
And, Michael, as you mentioned, Brenham, kind of the same story for both of these teams so far this season, coming in 2 non-conference games, 2 losses to start the year for both of these teams. Both these teams have, higher expectations for the rest of this season. Both off their first victory of the year, getting that first, district game underway. This is going to be a battle, I think, and I think this is a huge game for Eastview. Like you said, losing to Brenham last year, another revenge. They so far, they're 1-0 on those revenge games, beating Elgin. No matter how close or hard that victory was last week, they got to come home or come on the road now and reset and take on a very good, very deep Brenham team. And I think we have a great game on our hands right now.
Do have a great game. Brenham always a tough out, as Dave Campbell's football had them projected to finish second in district behind Bastrop. And right now, both teams are undefeated. Eastview looking to win their first district championship and would like to do that with an undefeated record during this COVID-stricken season.
Yeah. And of course, they've been kind of building a bit, and I think this squad has bought into Coach Fykoch's philosophy and everything, and he's got some key skill players, young too. Quarterback taking over. Obviously, everyone by now has heard of Tyreek Styles Obershire and what he can do from the slot, and just as that speedy all-purpose receiver on the edge for his quarterback, and even Isaiah Quinton Jackson in his senior year. I remember he's been on varsity since freshman. He's been a two-way player since he was a freshman, and stepping in and following the legacy of running backs that have kind of shined here at Eastview so far the last several years, whether it be Torrey Davis, followed by, Apollos Hester, followed by now Isaiah Quinton Jackson taking over starter once again, coming back this season for his final year in high school football. And I think there's a lot of upside for both of these teams, and I'm excited to see them go at it, both with really good squads right now and both with squads that they know will be better for the couple years to come, too.
Well, folks, our apologies once again. We were not issued a roster for the Brenham Cubs, and so we are relying on the roster that is uploaded into Max Preps, which may or may not be correct. So please forgive us for not having that ready information at hand.
And, of course, out there for Eastview is number 24, man, I just mentioned Isaiah Quinton Jackson as team captain. And Eastview is going to receive this kick to start this game, and we are just about set to be underway. I believe out there for Brenham was Cameron Richardson, number 16, the receiver, senior, 6'3", 200 pounds for Brenham, and we are just moments away here from kickoff. And, I mean, we talked about it on the drive here, just what an amazing day today was in Central Texas, just the breeze and the temperature and the clear skies. It just feels great, and now we're ready to hit somebody. We're ready for some action. We're ready for the sun to go down, for the chills to arise, and for football to be played here at Cub Stadium. And, I'm sure these squads have been waiting all week, knowing that they just came off a victory, first victory of the season, and they're ready to go and get, they're hungry for dubs, both of these teams. So I expect an all-out war, and I'm really looking forward to this game.
Well, Eastview brings in a very prolific offense with quarterback by Peyton Adams, and, of course, anchored by tailback Isaiah Quinton Jackson. But you've also got a bevy of backs with Marion Brooks and Tyler Huerta.
And we are underway as back deep to receive this kick is Eastview, taking it from his own 4 and taking it all the way to the other side of the sideline and getting dropped before the 20, just past the 15. They'll mark him down at the 18-yard line, and I believe
that was Charlie Ross.
Yes, that was Charlie Ross on the return, and Eastview's going to get set up with that offense you were just speaking of here as we will start the game with Isaiah Quinton Jackson, of course, at running back. 2 receivers wide up top to the right and 1 down to the left for your quarterback as he'll take the snap, rolls left, looks down the field, and it is incomplete, hammered there on the play, but intended, of course, for Michael Sedgwick, the junior, on the outside out route. Peyton Adams, of course, in as your starting quarterback here for the Patriots. It is 2nd down and 10. He got popped hard on that pressure, immediately getting to Adams there. And bring up 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers wide to his left. Quinton to his left. Nice snag there. And going deep on the right sideline. It is incomplete. The receiver closest said he was out of bounds and did not retain possession.
Jacob Martin.
Martin intended on that. Going deep there on that 2nd and 10. It falls incomplete, and in the hole now, 3rd and 10 here to start the game.
Last week, Eastview scored on their first possession of the game on an Isaiah Quinton Jackson touchdown and look to continue this drive. Yeah,
they've got to prevent a 3-and-out. Alone in the backfield now. There's Adams looking to throw, scrambles, gets pressured, heaves it down, and it is going to fall incomplete. That had no chance at anyone. He had his man here on the left sideline. It was Michael Sedgwick once again. He had a chance to get it to him, just got too much pressure back there, and offensive line really giving up some pressure there, and it's going to force a punt here to start the game for Eastview. Not what they wanted.
Charles Ross on for the punting duties.
As he stands at his own 5. Eastview not the drive they wanted to start this game. And Ross, a high, very, very short kick, and it goes immediately out of bounds before the Eastview 25. And Brenham is going to start with excellent field position here, Michael.
Yeah, they're going to start right at the 20-yard line or the 22 where they spot it there on the side. And so a very short field for the Cubs to get things started here on their first drive of the first quarter.
We'll get a look at this Brenham Cub offense. And they are led by Steven Stackhouse, the junior quarterback, 6 foot, 185. And they're going to come out with 2 wide receivers up top to his right, 1 down to his left, and they'll fake the handoff, looking to throw. He fires across the middle. It is incomplete. Trying to get the one-handed snag was the receiver number 3 there on the right side, just outside the goal line. Caden Watts unable to come in with the grab. I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication there between quarterback and receiver or if the ball was as inaccurate as it seemed, but it seemed like he had a chance at catching that. He just kind of put his arm out late and it fell to the floor, Michael.
Well, with any game, you start off with the butterflies. I remember being in high school myself, and right before the game, you'd had those butterflies, but after a drive or two, things started to settle in.
That is second down. They'll go with a little screen play here out to the receiver or to the running back, and he is brought down after a short gain. Good ball pursuit there by that Eastview front line. And it'll bring up third down here for Brenham as they hurry to the line. 2 wide receivers down right. They'll fake, or they will hand it off this time, and cutting up the right sideline close to a first down. He is very close, but I think he's just short.
I do think he's short.
It's going to bring up fourth down here.
Line to gain. Looks like 4th and 1.
But you got to think they keep their offense out there and try to pick up this. Yep, it's about a yard. 4th and 1, huge play here earlier in the game for this Patriot defense, and they do hand it off. Great pursuit, and it's close. I think Eastview stopped them.
I think they did.
I didn't see any official ruling, but yeah, they marked them short. And that's
turnover on downs.
Yep, turnover on downs for Brenham's first possession, and considering where it started, Michael, great opening here for the Eastview defense. Even though their offense was not what they wanted to get them out of there, they immediately have to jump out there and get the goal line stand. So out comes back the offense, hoping for a better result here.
You like these smaller towns stadiums you come in, you're closer to the action, and you really get the feel of the crowd, the feel of a game time atmosphere, and a good crowd for both teams here tonight.
Here's Eastview's second drive of the game. Peyton Adams will send his back, that's Tyler Huerta, in the game. He'll go out to the slot receiver on the slot left. So he'll have 3 receivers wide right, 2 down to his left, and he'll be alone in the backfield. Here is Adams in shotgun as he'll take the snap, looks, and quickly gets pressured, shakes off a tackler, and then is hammered at about the line of scrimmage. Maybe gained a couple yards, but refusing to go down. They'll blow the play dead, and his forward momentum will actually give him a positive gain, so that'll bring up second down. This defensive line for Brenham is really getting a good push here early on. And second down and 10, and a quick throw here. It is almost intercepted. Just falls, bounces out of the hands of the corner there, but a risky throw, and man, fortunate there to just have that one knocked down.
Yeah, he was fortunate because there was nothing between him and pay dirt.
That was a gimme pick 6. Definitely wishes he had that one back, does that defender, but instead it'll bring up third down and 8. 2 receivers wide on each side, and Adams back to throw. Looking, standing his ground, and he'll take off and run, but maybe hesitated a little too much. He'll fight forward, trying to push the pile. Oh, and exactly does pick up the first down. A heck of a run there by Peyton Adams as he finally moves the chains here for the Patriots, and they pick up their first down of the game. Strong legs there by Adams, as they'll quickly line up back to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers wide right. This time he does hand off, and that's Huerta making a man miss, shoving a man down, and picking up a couple yards. And it'll bring up second down, as he got about 2.5 on the play. No score yet here in the first quarter. 9:15 and counting to go, as it is 0-0 here in Brenham, as Eastview will take the snap. Here's Adams, little option, but he'll keep it. Runs and tumbles down forward for another gain of a couple yards, and that'll bring up another third down. Quinton Jackson checks back into the game for Tyler Huerta, and it'll be 3rd and 5 from their own 29. Adams looking to throw, and he fires across the middle, wide open. It is caught, and it's a foot race trying to drag him down, and he does, but a huge play there for the Patriots as Adams gets it to his man, Michael Sedgwick, finally connecting on a third down, and they get a huge gain there, Michael.
Brenham plays up, expecting the run, and Sedgwick comes in behind the linebackers and picks up a huge first down.
A little option here now from Adams, and he keeps it once again. Had the pitch to Quinton Jackson there. The defense covered it well, both of them, but he was able to get a little bit positive there as he picks up a yard and a half and bring up second down. Good mix of plays going on. We've seen some deep shots, some runs, some quick hitters, and it's going to bring up second down and 8. And plays blown dead there before it can get going.
I believe that's going to be a false start on the Patriots. I believe Jerry
right.
Barron might have stepped a little quickly.
False start on number 72 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Fifth down.
And that is the call, Michael. Good eye. It, I believe, goes against Jaden Valadez, the junior, number 72. And that'll knock him back a little bit. Remains second down. It is 2nd and 14 from the Brenham 34. Adams in shotgun, 2 receivers on each side, looking to throw, gets pressured, avoids it, fires, and on the run it is intercepted. Unfortunately, Brenham will get the ball back, as we've seen Peyton Adams pressured throughout this entire game already, but we've seen him kind of dance around, still keep his eyes downfield, which is what you want, but you don't want to force a throw like that. And that time we saw it happen on the other end of the field. They were able to bat it down, didn't live to see another day. That time not as fortunate, and Brenham will take over on the pick.
Now Peyton Adams forced to throw into coverage, and unfortunately comes up with the interception.
And it is a handoff here from Brenham, and stood up at the line of scrimmage the second he grabbed the ball. Was the running back, and excellent defense there from Eastview. It was Jace Petty, the senior, on the tackle. Good penetration there by that Eastview front. Both offensive lines have really struggled to hold anyone for any length of time so far early in this game, as it'll bring up second down and 11 after the 1-yard loss from their own 17. Brenham will hand it off this time on a late handoff, and it is read perfectly by that Patriot defense as they knock him back even further. And Brenham's just going backwards so far this drive, Michael.
Yeah, that Patriot defense is really stacked up right now.
3rd and long here. No score, 6:40 to go here in the first quarter. Cubs facing a 3rd and 15 from their own 13-yard line, as they'll be in shotgun. 1 receiver wide on each side, an extra tight end in to block, and they hand it off, and he initially powers through. Oh, he didn't hand it off. He actually kept the football and then ran out of bounds. Meanwhile, I think the ref
flag.
The ref blew. Yeah, the ref blew his whistle way over there. I'm not sure if he thought he had the football or if there was a flag, like you said, Michael.
I think there was probably a false start.
The Eastview bench was reacting about how their quarterback was on their sideline, and yet there were whistles going on way further away from where the ball was. Officials are talking. Hopefully. Did he say there is no?
So there was no whistle on the play. They'll repeat 3rd down.
Okay, so Brenham gets another crack at it. 3rd down and 15 from their own 13. No score, 6:19 to go. And this time they look to throw, and now he'll take off, makes a man miss, and is piled down there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Great defense from the Patriots so far in this first quarter. And they'll get the ball back here as Brenham will have to punt.
Tackle made by Justin Nizer. Nizer, one of our defensive MVPs of the week.
Yeah, Nizer's a stud. He's been doing it. As the punt is, this one is even higher and is going to bounce right at the 35-ish and takes a little bit of a tumble and is downed right at the 38-yard line of Brenham, and that is where Eastview is going to take over. So now they get some excellent field position of their own, Mike.
Well, the important thing is they're on the Cub side of the field, of the 50. So they get a short side themselves this time around.
Huerta in at running back out there, number 23, standing to Peyton Adams right. And now he'll go in motion to signal out to the slot left receiver. Adams in shotgun, 2 receivers on each side. He'll look to throw, and rolls left. Little sidearm throw caught by Sedgwick and taken down right at the 29-yard line. Close to another first down, but a good chunk through the air gained there on first down. A lot of Adams' throws right now are in motion, partly due to the fact that he's constantly under pressure. As he'll fake the handoff there, just trudges forward up the middle and fighting for extra yardage. He definitely got the first down and more. And that forward progress, man, this is a big kid. He won't go down. I don't know that they've actually tackled him yet, but they've stopped his forward progress a couple of times tonight. And that'll bring up first down and 10 from the Brenham 25 as Adams takes a snap, fakes a handoff, then does turn and hand it off to Huerta. Quentin Jackson, thank you, checked back in, and he picks up a couple. It's one thing you got to like so far about the Eastview offense is they are getting positive yards on nearly every play, something Brenham's offense has struggled with so far. As under center now, he'll take the snap, turns, hands it off deep to Quentin Jackson, who fumbled the football. There's a flag down, I believe, but if I had to guess, I think Quentin Jackson hopped back on that. He lost it and immediately was already diving on it before it could even hit the ground. And he does recover, but definitely not something you want to see moving forward for this game. Quentin Jackson's got to take care of the football.
Holding on the offense, number 9. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat the down.
Well, I suppose the good news is we get to repeat the down, but the bad news is there was a holding, so we'll knock back 10 yards and replay that second down.
Correction. The foul will be from the spot of the foul.
Saying that it'll move back 10 yards from the spot of the foul due to the holding, so it's going to make it a second down and 17 from the Cub 32-yard line. Adams in shotgun, 2 receivers on each side, and getting pressured, hurried, throws it down the field, and it is incomplete over the head of everyone. I think he may have just been throwing that one away, but man, the fact that he's even getting some of these throws off has been impressive, as it looks like he's surrounded at all angles by all people about to take a hit, and he's able to get rid of the football.
Well, again, we're seeing exactly what Coach Feacock wanted to do, and that was to run a mixture of plays and spread the field. So he's mixing things up with some run and some pass, and he's going right to left.
Third down and 17 from the Cub 32, and Adams looking to throw, stops, and gets taken down. And as he went down, he tried to throw it over the defender who was closing in on him. It falls incomplete, but nearly another disaster interception there, just out of the hands of the defender, as I believe it was number 37 on our roster is Justin Garza, the linebacker, junior. And it'll bring up 4th down and 17, and with where they are on the field, Coach Feacock says, let's try to get it. as it'll be 4th down 17 from the Cub 32. 3 receivers wide right, 1 down to his left with Huerta in the backfield and heaving it down the left sideline. It is incomplete.
But there is a flag.
And there is a flag. You know it's going to be interference, and we suspect it's going to be defensive pass interference, as the pass was intended
for Michael Sedgwick.
Yeah, for Michael Sedgwick, who already has a huge 3rd down conversion here and is one of the go-to mans here for Adams, and we'll await the call. But I mean, I know they were both kind of going at each other, but it looked to me like Sedgwick got kind of tackled before he had a chance to.
Yeah, the Brenham defense looks like they're ready to move backwards, so it may be on them.
Refs will huddle and discuss. But I think you're right, Michael.
Indeed, they are walking it back.
Yep. Much to the pleasure of the away team here at Cub Stadium.
Number 3, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So it was pass interference that time on the corner, Caden Watts. And it'll be 1st down, or rather 4th down and 3 as they'll try to pick it up. They run forward. It was first down, yeah, sorry. Of course, because of the penalty, but they didn't get very much. I'm not sure they picked up anything, but may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. As it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now from the 18-yard line in the red zone, as Adams will be in shotgun, 1 receiver down to the left, 2 as he hands off to Quentin Jackson, trying to find the outside, but the speed of that Brenham defense kept up with the speed of Isaiah Quentin Jackson, and he was just unable to cut up. Player lost his helmet there for the Brenham defense. He'll have to sit out a play, but unable to find the edge there. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 from the Cub 18-yard line, as he'll hand it off. Oh, no, he faked the handoff. It is caught. It was a wobbly, low throw.
I think that was Charles Ross.
Ross with the heck of a grab, as he is dropped down, and the ball came out late, but they're saying he was down way before that. And he's inside the 5 at the 3-yard line now.
First down.
And yes, and it was 1st down. So 1st and goal here, nearly at the goal line. They'll try to push it forward, and good defense there, but can they push the pile? They can. Touchdown Patriots, as they strike first here on the road, 6-0 on the inside touchdown run there.
Please reset the clock to 2:41. 2:41.
I guess the clock had been running when it wasn't supposed to, so after that score, the ref updates the clock, but in for the extra point. Adams the holder.
Please reset the clock. 2:41.
Well, credit to the offensive line there for Eastview, as I've been dogging both of these teams' offensive line, but that time on the goal line got the push. Even though they were stopped initially, they keep it going, and here's Emilio Vargas in for the extra point attempt, but finally got some, a push there in the trenches, and as the extra point here is up and good, or no good rather. So it'll remain a 6-0 ball game with 2:41 here in the first quarter. Eastview strikes first as they lead it 6-0.
We're going to take a moment for one of our sponsors' breaks, and we will be right back. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. Welcome back to Cubs Stadium, where your Eastview Patriots lead the Brenham Cubs 6-0. As we get set for the kickoff, Emilio Vargas on to kick this thing away.
Well, it's got to feel good to get your first points here on the road in a district game. Both teams coming in at 1-2 off their first victory, and Eastview strikes first. So got to keep that momentum going as Vargas in for the kickoff. And it's a high kick, and we'll kind of hop out of bounds. So Brenham gets this ball with decent field position, and Brenham really trying to get anything going. Haven't been able to do much so far on offense.
Well, you can tell that the Patriots have done their homework as they were scouting these Brenham Cubs and have keyed on their offensive running backs and have stifled their running attack so far.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Brenham back to throw it. It's a quarterback draw, and it takes off and runs up the middle. Solid gain there on 1st down. That might be one of their biggest gains of the evening so far, and that'll bring up 2nd down and short. Solid run there from the quarterback. Steven Stackhouse on the run there. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 5 from their own 31-yard line. Stackhouse in shotgun with 2 receivers wide on each side. He'll look, and he's going to take off and run and just stumbles, taking those long strides, and wasn't able to cut the way he wanted and kind of went down, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, maybe a flag. I believe there's a flag on the play. The yard marker has not moved yet.
Yeah, so an illegal formation there on Brenham. It's going to knock him back 5 yards, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Some substitutions being made here by Brenham. They'll come to the line facing a 2nd down and 10 from their own 26-yard line. More of a bunch, and they'll turn and fake the handoff here. Stackhouse beautifully read by the defense, both at the linebacker and safety level there, combining on the tackle. I believe it was Aaron Oleg, thank you, as well as Logan Williams in there. So that'll bring up 3rd and 8 after the 2-yard gain from their own 28-yard line. Would love a stop here. 3 receivers up top, 1 down to his left. He'll turn and hand it off once again, straight up the middle, and stopped. He's really close to a 1st down on that run. Got a full head of steam.
Looks like he's just going to be short.
Just short.
The line to gain. 4th and 1.
4th and 1, and man, the offense wanted to stay on, but coach is going to send the punt team out. So the Patriots should get the ball back.
Now the Patriots have been burned by a fake punt previously this season.
And you got to watch it on those 4th and 1s, as this one is high into the air, short kick, and it bounces at the 48, and it's going to take a little bit of a Cub bounce, and it rolls and is going to be down right at the 43-yard line with 11 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. If you're just joining us, Patriots lead it 6-0. They were unable to convert the extra point attempt. It went wide, and that is how we have 6, but Eastview with the ball once again. 1st down and 10 here for Adams, facing from his own 43. So he'll take the snap, turns, hands it off to Huerta, who makes a good read, finds a big hole, and lunges forward for a few more yards, and that'll bring up second down. And that will mark the end of the first quarter as your score, Eastview 6, Brenham nothing. So we want to thank you for joining us here live on SHN Sports for Eastview Patriot Football. Stephen Strong with you alongside Michael Francis. Travis Banks is off tonight. So far, a good game. Neither team really getting an advantage, but Eastview has definitely, controlled the momentum and tempo for the most part here in this game.
Now, so far, it's been a relatively low-scoring game, where the past couple of years, it's been a high-scoring game. So a little difference to see more of a defensive battle going on between these two squads.
We are just about set to begin the second quarter. Second down and 7 from their own 46-yard line. And Adams in shotgun back to throw as he's chased, and he's just going to heave it out. Smart play there from Adams, not trying to force a throw, and it'll fall incomplete. Thanks, ref, for clarifying that there is no intentional grounding as he was outside the pocket, but that'll bring up third down for the Patriot offense. 3rd and 7 from their own 46. Adams back to throw and heaving it down the field. It is way out of bounds. That pass intended for Jerry Barone. It's going to bring up fourth down, and we will see the punt unit come on for Eastview. Charles Ross back to punt this kick for Eastview. Low snap, it bounces, and good job, honestly, by Ross just to get it off, but it is very short, and once again goes out of bounds. They don't want to return, it seems, and Brenham is going to get this football. It seems they're going to spot it right at the 47-yard line, so both teams, honestly, have had their way with field position, got a couple great opportunities to start drives, but as you said, a low-scoring game. Michael, 6-0 Patriots with 11:38 to go here in the second quarter.
On the Cubs' 46-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 Cubs.
And it'll be first down and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Brenham back on offense. Stackhouse fakes the snap and throws it across the middle. It is incomplete. Just missed his man. He was open, too. Streaking down the middle of the field. Fortunate there for Eastview.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Bring up a second down and 10 from the 47-yard line in shotgun, and he'll take off and run on the quarterback keeper and brought down. A good tackle there to prevent any further yardage and definitely prevent the first down.
Outstanding tackle by Tyler Wagner.
Pick up a 4 yards, brings up 3rd and 6.
So the ball just on the 50, 3rd down and 7. And looking to throw, hesitates, and it is intercepted by Charles Ross as he stays on his feet, powering through the defenders, and is going to stay on his feet, keeps going, and finally they stop his forward progress near the 40-yard line, but an errant throw, way to be there, heads up play by Charles Ross, and Eastview gets the football back.
Outstanding job by Charles Ross to sit back and wait on that pass as he was spying the quarterback and makes that interception and takes it back the other way and gives Eastview a good shot in the arm.
Yeah, and such a closely contested game so far, a one-score game. Eastview on top 6-0 with 10:48 to go in the second quarter. Those turnovers are huge in a game like this. So Adams will turn and hand it off to Quentin Jackson, who cuts up the right side and gets chopped down after a decent gain there on first down. Hasn't had a whole lot of room yet, but solid run there on first down for Quentin Jackson.
Ball is being placed on the 44-yard line, 2nd and 5 for the Patriots.
Got half the yards needed to bring up 2nd down and 5 from their own 44, and they turn hand it off once again to Quentin Jackson, patiently awaiting a little bit of a hole, and he does get one for a couple more yards, but it's going to bring up third and short.
He turned what was going to be a loss into some positive yardage and brings it to 3rd and 3.
From their own 46-yard line. Eastview getting the play call from their coaches. Slowing down here. As they got a lead blocker in as well, and they'll turn, hand it off, and going nowhere on that run up the middle. I believe it was Quentin Jackson once again, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and the punt team will come up once again for Eastview.
He was stacked up at the line. He managed to pick up a yard on that, but it's still 4th and 2 for the Patriots. Charles Ross comes on for the punt.
Charles Ross, the man who gave the football to Eastview on that possession by getting the interception, will now boot it away and give it back, and it touched an Eastview player, I believe, but it goes out of bounds either way at the 27-yard line. So Brenham once again will go to get another crack at it. 8:56 here to go until halftime. Eastview currently leading 6-0, and Brenham about to get the football back, and so far really looking for a spark here on offense for Brenham.
Eastview flexing their defensive muscle this week as they've really stymied this Brenham Cub offense.
First down and 10 from their own 27-yard line, and they do a little sweep and a flag thrown from the back judge. This may be a holding or in the area of it. We'll await the call, but it was a couple yards gained there by the receiver on the run. So that is a holding on the offense. Knock them back 10 yards, and we'll replay the first down. But, man, so far Brenham has gone backwards more than they've gone forwards, Michael.
Well, they really have. They've shot themselves in the foot on a couple of occasions tonight. Looking at 1st and 20.
1st and 20 now from the 17-yard line. They'll spread it out a bit. 2 receivers on each side. And looking to throw, but then just choosing to take off is Stackhouse as he gets a good chunk back on that first down run. Almost got back to the original line of scrimmage. In fact, he may have actually gained a yard in front. So an 11-yard run there by Stackhouse to bring up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 for the Cubs.
And they'll roll right. Stackhouse fires. It is incomplete. Hit him right in the numbers and just unable to corral it in. He's the receiver that was Jason Lopez, one of the backs, the senior. Falls incomplete, and we'll bring up another 3rd down here for Brenham. 3rd downs have gone Eastview's way so far as this defense has done a good job on 3rd down. only 2 on the play clock. Now it's 0. They did not get it off, but they may have called timeout. And they do. So that'll be their first charge timeout. Eastview with all 3, but with 8:01 to go here in the second quarter, your score, Eastview 6, Brenham 0. We're going to take a quick break for a message from our sponsor. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football here live on SHN Sports.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2.
or 3,
We can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back here to Cub Stadium, where Brenham faces a big 3rd down and 9, is able to be back to throw, looking, rolling right, and just choosing to run up, but good defense. Oh, he does is able to cut up the right sideline. He's actually got a first down. I thought they had him, to be honest, and he was able to squeak through a couple defenders and get up the right sideline and pick up the first down there for Brenham. Finally a 3rd down conversion and keeps the drive alive for the Cubs. It'll bring up a 1st down and 10 from their own 43-yard line. 3 receivers down to his left, 1 up top to his right, and he'll throw a quick little bubble screen, and it is read well by the Eastview defense, taken down after only a couple-yard gain. And it was Michael Sedgwick on the tackle. He's been all over the field on both sides of the field so far for the Patriots. 2nd down and 9 here for Brenham. They'll turn, fake the handoff, fires across the middle. Once again, it is caught. Man, that pass and that route has been open almost the whole night for the Cubs. That time they're finally able to connect on it, and a huge chunk of yards picked up by Brenham, similar to the play that got Eastview into scoring position on their end.
Yeah, it was a great play by Logan Williams to keep it from getting to the house.
Bring up a 1st down, another little bubble screen out to the right sideline, and that one does pick up another good chunk for Brenham. As these quick little hitters here are sparking this offense a bit, waking them up. Defense has got to be ready for it. Brings up 2nd down and 4, as this time they fake the handoff, and excellent read and pursuit of the football there by Justin Macer, who gets in there and refuses to let Stackhouse escape. Huge play when they needed it there by the man who was named one of the defensive MVPs of last week. Doing it again there. Bringing Stackhouse down for a loss.
Justin Nizer, definitely one of the cornerstones of this Patriot defense.
3rd and 9 from the Patriot 31-yard line. They do hand it off this time up the middle, and keeping his feet rolling and picking up the first down is Brenham. Seems like on some of these up-the-middle runs, Eastview's not expecting it. They've faked it multiple times, and Eastview's done well. And then when they actually do hand it off, it's a huge hole up the middle. This time they stack it, and they'll hand it off on the right side, and cutting up the right sideline into the end zone untouched is Brenham, as they have a chance to take the lead here on the extra point as they tied the ball game on that touchdown run. Jason Lopez on the touchdown run there for Brenham, and they'll try to take the 1-point lead here if they're able to get this extra point. And they do. So the extra point is up and good, and just like that, with 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter, we find ourselves with a Brenham lead as they lead at 7-6. over the visiting Eastview Patriots. While we have a second, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for kickoff for Eastview because ball back. You're listening to Patriot Football here live on SHN Sports.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by our bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
Welcome back to Cub Stadium as we are set for kickoff after Brenham just got their first touchdown of the game. This one is short and fielded near the 38, I believe, and then running out of bounds.
Great return by Michael Sedgwick.
Yeah, sets him up nicely here for offense here for the Patriots. An offense that Sedgwick is essential to. With 5:54 to go here until halftime, Brenham on top 7-6. Eastview striking first, missing their extra point. Brenham just coming off their score and making their extra point. As we'll have Adams here in shotgun turns, hands it off to Quentin Jackson, who gets popped and stopped very quickly. Right at the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play, and Quentin Jackson is trying to find any room out there to break away and just unable to so far.
Just unable to find the hole as Brenham is plugging these gaps, and they got good speed on the edge too.
Yes, they do. It combats the Quentin Jackson speed well. This time it is fired a quick pass over to Michael Sedgwick on cue as he does pick up a positive gain and gets him about 4 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. But maybe we could see some of the success that Brenham had on offense, finally getting a couple passes, some quick hitters, getting their offense kind of woken up, and then that opened the running game, and they were able to score. Let's see here on 3rd down and 6 from their own 40, and getting pressured, stepping up in the pocket. Adams on the run, tells his man, go deep, and he does fire it incomplete. That pass was intended for Tyreek Styles Obershire, and if I'm not mistaken, that's one of his first targets tonight, but it was short, hit the turf before he could slide under it, and that'll bring up 4th down. Another punt upcoming here for the Patriots.
Well, Brenham has definitely tightened the reins up here, and they've been able to stop the past 2 drives for the Patriots.
And this punt is actually brilliant there from Charles Ross, and it's going to roll all the way inside the 20 and be down at about the 18.5-yard line, and that is where Brenham will take over. Solid punt there from Ross. 4:36 to go in the second quarter. Brenham on top 7-6, and the Cubs about to get the ball back. No clear edge or momentum swing right now in this game. Eastview kind of came out and took it, but Brenham has taken it right back here in the second quarter and got ourselves a dogfight. Low scoring one too. 4:36 to go in the second quarter, and Brenham facing a 1st down and 10 from their own 19-yard line as they'll take the snap, rolling right. And he was handed off up the middle. He fooled everyone, including the Eastview defense, who let him get all the way near midfield. He gets dropped at the 47-yard line, and there's that run up the middle that has been open. Quickly back is this Brenham offense, picking up the tempo now on their last 2 drives. 1st down and 10, and that pass a little high off the fingertips and falls incomplete. Bring up 2nd down.
a little too high, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Trying to work these corners on these quick little out passes.
Yeah, we've seen the corners give a lot of space to start the play. They're backing up and making sure they cover the deep ball, but it's given some space here on these quick routes. And then, like you said, both teams have some speed. 2nd down and 10 from their own 47-yard line, and Stackhouse on the design quarterback draw runs right up the middle, cuts it to the right sideline. A lot of space in front. Not sure if he's going to get caught, but he finally gets forced out of bounds inside the 20 and at about the 15-yard line. And as soon as Stackhouse saw that lane to the right, he shifted and took off for a huge gain. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage as they are speeding it up, and this time they fake the handoff, and Stackhouse once again calls his own number, runs forward, plunges ahead. It's close to another first down. 8-yard gain that time. 2nd down and 2 from the Patriots 7-yard line. In shotgun, Stackhouse takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to run, and this time Eastview saw it coming. They got hit with that a few straight plays, gave up a huge chunk of yards, and down here near the goal line, they're going to tighten that up a bit, and that's going to bring up a huge 3rd down here after the 1-yard loss. 3rd down, after the 2-yard loss, 3rd down and 5 from just outside the 10-yard line. Potentially a huge play here in this first half, as we have 2:50 and counting to go here until halftime. Brenham on top 7-6 and threatening to add to it here. 3rd down and 4 from their own 10. And Stackhouse looking to throw, fires across the middle, caught in the back of the end zone. No one near him, and that is a touchdown. Beautiful play drawn up, and the secondary was not ready, and Brenham increases their lead. The touchdown there. In for the extra point, and once again it is up and good. So 2:39 to go here until halftime, and Brenham has scored 14 unanswered as they now lead at 14-6.
And with that, we will take a sponsor break. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Welcome back to Brenham, Texas Cub Stadium in the shadow of the Bluebell Creamery.
Yeah, settled into a little bit of a chilly night if you're always cold like me, but just a beautiful, breezy, clear night. Cold front moving in the Central Texas area overnight, and we got ourselves some great weather for football, as this one is popped up, and I think they said he fair caught it.
Jerry Barron on the fair catch.
And they're going to start this right at the 25. Now, Eastview 2:37 left in the half. Not in a huge hole, but if you're able to make the most out of that 2:37, worst case scenario, or, best case scenario, go down, get to decide whether you want to do a 2-point conversion and tie the game or not before halftime. But first, they got to get it, as it is an end around, and fooled the Brenham defense for a second, but just no real space to make. And Charles Ross gets his forward progress stopped, and it's going to bring up 2nd down after about a 4-yard gain. Second and 6 on their own 29-yard line. As a quarterback keeper runs up the middle, here's Adams trying to move the pile and picks up a couple more yards. But once again, another third down. The clock continues to tick as we are under 2 minutes to go until halftime. Third down and 3 from their own 32-yard line. Adams turns, hands it off, and Quentin Jackson trying to keep his feet trudging forward, trying to pick up the first down, but he is about a yard short, so that's going to bring up fourth down. And refs below the play dead because Brenham calls timeout. It is their second timeout of the half. They have one remaining. Eastview with all three, but Brenham stops the clock with 1:27 to go, and Eastview facing a 4th down and 1. Is there a decision here? Do you try to go for it to prevent giving the ball back to Brenham with all this time and it's only a yard to pick up? Do you trust your push or do you punt it?
I don't know. Coach Feacock makes some gutsy calls, but it does appear that Charles Ross is on his way out to punt the ball away.
I can't find much issue with this call. I mean, early in the game, only a one-score game, really, and trust your defense. It's played well so far, with the exception of the last couple of drives, but 4th and 1 as Ross will come in to punt it away here for the Patriots. Also, Ross had a terrific punt last time, and this one is another boomer over the head of everybody and takes a terrific Eastview bounce, and then is picked up by Brenham as the returner is trying to find the right sideline, and he finally gets forced out of bounds. Decent run, decent return, but good coverage overall, and Caden Watts is forced out of bounds, and Brenham will get the football back here from their own 28-yard line with 1:13 to work with before halftime. I want to thank you for joining us here tonight on SHN Sports for Eastview Patriot Football. Stephen Strong with you alongside Michael Francis here live from Cub Stadium in Brenham, Texas. Both teams coming in at 1-2. Both teams 1-0 in district play, both getting their victory, their lone victory of the season last week. Eastview with that 42-35 edging over Elgin. Brenham defeated Glenn, and pretty decisively, to gain their victory. But, going into halftime, I know there's a minute 13 left, but regardless, I'm sure both of these head coaches are going to have a lot of good and a lot of things to work on coming out of the break.
Now, the Patriots won't see the Grizzlies until the last game of the season.
Definitely would be a big boost if they're able to get a victory here tonight against Brenham. Continue the revenge tour they were on after defeating Elgin last week. 1st and 10 from their own 28. This time they hand it off up the middle, and a little pile is created, and as he is brought down, a late shove there to the dismay of the visiting Eastview crowd, but no flags, no call, and a 1-yard gain to show for it, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 9 as the clock continues to run. Brenham okay with letting it run, it seems, as we are 44 seconds to go. And Stackhouse in shotgun takes a snap, quick pass out to the right sideline, and working it up the right side and driven out of bounds just past the 40. That is enough for the first down, and stops the clock with 33.5 seconds left.
Patriots will be on the road again next week. They will be traveling to Bastrop as they will face the Cedar Creek Eagles at Memorial Stadium in Bastrop.
First and 10 from their own 41. Stackhouse takes off once again. Jukin and makes a man miss and gets just shy of the 50. It'll be brought down the Cub 49-yard line. And that's going to bring up second down. And I believe, I don't know if there was a flag or there is a flag as the refs are huddled and talking. I was wondering if Brenham was going to call a timeout to stop the clock, as 27.1 seconds on that second quarter clock. So we await the call of this flag. I didn't even see where it was thrown. I'm not sure if this is who this goes against.
Well, they are taking a long time to discuss.
Neither team's moving either. I'm not sure they know who it's against. It looks like they are going to talk to the Brenham sideline.
We have 2 live ball fouls on either team. We have unsportsmanlike, number 9 on white. We have unsportsmanlike, number 17, green. Those will offset.
So 2 unsportsmanlike penalties called against one against each team. For Eastview, it was against Charles Ross. And the penalty's offset, so we'll just go ahead and replay that first down. The clock does continue to run with the play clock at 17, a couple seconds behind or in front of the game clock, which is at 19, as another quick pass, nearly the same play, and it is read a little better this time by Eastview, is
Carlos Villarreal on the tackle.
and tackled him inbound. So the clock was running. They lost a couple seconds anyway, but with 6.1 seconds to go. Oh, it was actually Eastview that called the timeout to stop the clock with 6.1 seconds to go. Facing Brenham with the second down, but I think Coach Feacock's just making sure this defense is prepared for anything that may come in these final 6 seconds and getting his group together while you have your timeouts. It's their first one taken this half. And we should see one more play here from the first half, as Brenham be facing a second down and 10 from their own 41-yard line. This will likely be the final play of the half as they turn and hand it off up the middle, spinning out of a tackle and cutting up the left hash and trying to reach that left sideline, and then finally spun down. A flag is thrown near the area where he was first getting contacted to get tackled. His helmet came off.
There's a flag on the play, depending on what it is. If it's a defensive penalty,
Holding on the offense.
that will end a half.
That is a decline. Halftime.
Yep, so penalty goes against the offense. Eastview declines it. Clock is at 0, and we have reached halftime here at Cub Stadium with your score, Brenham 14, Eastview 6. And we're going to take a quick break and be right back for a little bit of halftime here on SHN Sports. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football.
Hey, it's Jim from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by our bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Welcome back to Cub Stadium, where your Eastview Patriots are trailing 14-6 to the Brenham Cubs. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Stephen Strong. And it was a defensive struggle for most of the first half, and there toward the latter part of that first half, Brenham able to poke some holes through that Patriot defense and find the end zone. Steve?
Yeah, you know, we talked about, you mentioned it earlier, how normally, and especially last year, this game is kind of up and down and high scoring. And, you know, we were looking at near the end of that first quarter, a 6-0 game or whatever, and realizing how much of a defensive battle we got on our hands now. But as you said, Brenham, I really think, you know, the tempo and the type of routes that they started running for their quarterback really got them going and woke them up a bit. Some screens started having some success, and little bubble screens, outside screens to the receiver, and then that resulted in a couple, you know, deep hitters down the field for some huge gains, and then that opened up the running game. And so this biggest adjustments, I think, you know, for halftime for Patriots have to be on the defensive side. How are they going to respond and bounce back to a team that they were absolutely shutting down in that most of that first quarter?
Right.
And as for their offense, I mean, really struggled with the exception of one drive. They've been able to move the ball and pick up positive yards. They just haven't been able to move the chains as much as they need to and as much as they're capable of. And, you know, I think finding Eastview's offense the way that Brenham was able to do in the second quarter is going to be key for them as well.
Well, the three things that Brenham has been successful at, they've been successful at shutting down the Eastview run game. They've limited the gains made by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. They've kept Tyreek Oshiri effectively out of the game so far.
I think he only has one target, and it was, you know, a low contested throw that had really no chance. And he's been very quiet.
Right, and they've, you know, you haven't seen a whole lot of production from Tyler Huerta either. All three of those players have equated for big yardage for the Patriots on the season so far, and Brenham has done an effective job to shut those down. So we're going to step aside for a moment and take some time and enjoy the halftime entertainment of the Brenham Cub Band and Dance Team. The past few games, we've had the opportunity to see the Patriot dance team out on the field, but they did not travel tonight, and so we'll take the opportunity. Thank you for tuning in to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. We'll be back in just a while.
hear it and sing along as the band performs the high school fight song. Halftime's not over, y'all. Now the 2020 edition of the Cup Band will perform our production, Hope Silk Road. This year's show is a metaphor for the hope we feel and need in these uncertain times. The music features variations on Johann Pachelbel's famous melody, Canon in D. Part 1, Seeds of Hope. Part 2, Rays of Sunshine. Part 3, First Bloom of Spring. And Part 4, Hope Silk Road in Full Bloom. Tonight our flag soloist is Amanda Thompson. Flute soloist is Aaron Rodriguez. Trumpet soloist is Kaylin Schill. And mellophone soloists are Zach Leiner and Natalie Salazar. Under the field direction of drum majors Willie Jones, Malachi Tucker, and Kirsten Williams, the Brenham High School Cup Band and Hope Silk Road. Super Freshmen of the Week are Edgar Vasquez, Jacqueline Gow, and Wesley Coben. Super Marchers of the Week are Keith Dakey, Danny Bustos, Jacob Schulte, Stephanie Ford, and Jack Baker. Super Guard Member of the Week is Gally Perez. The Cup Band wants to thank you for your support and attention.
You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. Score here at halftime is 14-6. We're going to, there's 10 minutes left at halftime, so we're going to take a break for a moment and you just listen to some ambient music, and we'll be back with you just prior to the second half kick. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. Welcome back to Cubs Stadium, where your Eastview Patriots are trailing 14-6 to these Brenham Cubs as we're getting close to getting things underway here in the second half. So some keys that Eastview really needs to look for in this second half is to open up some running lanes for their running attack for Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Tyler Huerta, and get Tyreek Gobashiri into the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you got a playmaker like Quentin Jackson and especially like Tyreek, you got to find a way to get the ball in their hands and let them do their magic, do what they do. And so far, on my count, we have one target to Tyreek over Bashir, and like you said, Huerta and Quentin Jackson have been unable to find any room. So offensive coaches are going to have to be a little creative, I think, in coming up with ways to get their playmakers the ball. As well as, on the defensive side, we got to see some adjustments and how they're going to respond to Brenham finding a groove and finding a rhythm with their offense late in that first half and throughout that second quarter to put up the 14 unanswered points. But like you said, I mean, the offense has got to find something, some sort of way to move the chains. We've seen them pick up yards. They just so many punts on third and short that weren't converted, and they have the players to get it done. And kudos to Brenham for. I mean, both these teams have played a hard-fought first half, and I think going to play an even harder second half here. With the one-score game, but
the one thing that the Patriots, Coach Feacock, have been able to do consistently throughout his tenure is making halftime adjustments and getting these players motivated to come out here, make those changes, and turn the ball game around, and they've been successful at that. So it's going to be exciting to see what this second half brings.
It is indeed. Halftime adjustments as a coach is something that gets scrutinized and looked at a lot, especially coming out of halftime with having lost the lead. So for both of these coaches, even on Brenham's side, how do you keep that level going for your offense as we are underway, and it's a short pop-up, but escaping a couple tackles and getting past the 35-yard line, and they're going to mark him down at about the 37-yard line. It's going to be decent field position here. It's actually, 37-yard line to start this drive here for Brenham as Eastview started with the football for the game. So with 11:57 to go here in the third quarter, Brenham will take over, holding the 14-6 lead and facing a first down and 10 from their own 37-yard line as Stackhouse has gotten pretty far with his legs mostly throughout this game in the first half. Comes out and gets the handoff for a couple yards, or for about a yard, trudging forward there for the running back. Brings up second and long. Once again, Jason Lopez, who does have a touchdown tonight on the carry for the Cubs. Second down and 9, and a quarterback keeper here for Stackhouse, and that time able to prevent him from taking off, but still gets a couple more yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, great tackle by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Getting by the feet.
Yeah, when you're having trouble running the ball on offense, got to make the most of your defensive plays. And like you said, a good tackle there by Quentin Jackson to bring up 3rd down and 8. And looking to throw and avoiding the sack, but not avoiding the rest of the pressure as they bring Stackhouse down in the backfield.
And again, that was Isaiah Quentin Jackson bringing that pressure in on the quarterback.
Yeah, nice safety blitz. Good call there. We said, we talked about adjustments. We said they got to figure out a way to get some pressure and slow down the rhythm that Brenham had been able to sustain there in the second quarter, and they do just that to open up the second half as the ball is punted away. It's a high and booming punt. Quentin Jackson calls for the fair catch, standing just on the other side of his 30. So Eastview will get the ball back from their 31, but hey, what more can you ask for? 3 and out. Good, solid possession to start this game.
That's exactly what you're looking for. Get that first defensive stop to get things started here in the second half. Now to get things going with the offense. Peyton Adams with Isaiah Quentin Jackson in the backfield. These targets, Michael Sedgwick and Charles Ross.
And Adams looking to throw, gets it to the left side, and that is caught by Sedgwick on cue as he trudges forward up that left sideline, and boom, bang, boom. It's a first down automatically here for Eastview as they finally get a possession without a 3 and out. Immediately on the first play of the second half, get about 11 yards, and this time trudging forward and trying to reverse field. A flag is thrown, but Quentin Jackson making some moves. This may be coming back.
Yeah, I believe that was a hold.
Flags on the play. Pick up a 1 yard on the play. Defense shot on the 21, Quan Jones.
.48 to go here, just underway in the second half, third quarter. Cubs on top 14-6. Eastview with their first possession of the second half, and they got a quick start on that first play, 11-yard gain to move the chains, but a holding on the next play on the run, and that'll knock them back, but it'll remain first down, 1st and 20 from their own 32-yard line. And back to throw is Adams, who gets a nice over-the-shoulder screen pass to Quentin Jackson and brought down short of the original line to scrimmage, but a decent gain there by Quentin Jackson to bring up second down.
Screen pass was complete to number 24, Isaiah Quentin Jackson.
Second and 16.
Second down.
Second down, 16 from their own 33-yard line. That pass is intercepted as it went over the head of his intended receiver and just into the hands of the safety there, and he is going to return it all the way for a Brenham touchdown. And just like that, it's exactly what you don't want to start this second half. A turnover and a pick six there for the Cubs as they increase their lead here early in the third quarter.
Well, Adams throws it just over the outstretched hand of his receiver as Jacob Martin was his intended target.
And Martin was open. I mean, he had some space there, but just out of reach for him, and it falls softly into the hands of the safety, and the extra point is up and good, but there is a flag down, and it came way late, so this may affect the kickoff. I'm not sure if it'll affect the extra point. As of right now, it stands as a 21-6 lead for Brenham, and we'll await the call here as the refs talk it over.
We have a dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike. Number 73 on the try. Team. That'll be assessed on the kickoff.
So it's an unsportsmanlike call against Brenham, and it's going to be assessed on the kickoff at the end of that extra point attempt. However, it is good, so it'll remain a 21-6 Brenham lead as Eastview will get the ball back here. One good thing about, throwing a pick six, I guess, is that you get to get right back on the field and try to right your wrongs. So Eastview in the hole here early on in the second half, but plenty of time and some positive things already happening to build on and keep your head up on for Eastview.
Well, one thing you can be rest assured of is that Peyton Adams will be looking to redeem himself on that interception.
Had one in the first half. That one was in the first half was more. He was on the run and nearly had one earlier to start the game, but it was dropped. It's the second, and kick is short as it's going to be returnable, and up the left sideline here for Eastview, cutting up. He's got some speed and gets deep into Brenham territory, all the way out of bounds, inside the 30.
Outstanding return by Michael.
And it's a little bit of a misdirection here as they hand it off to Quentin Jackson, but that play was very slow to develop, and it's going to result in a loss. Defense
Brenham
ready.
getting deep penetration into the Patriot backfield.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 13. And this time it's another keeper. Picked up maybe a yard there on the carry, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Third and 13 from the Cub 26-yard line. Looking to throw as it is off the hands and really had no chance at anybody but off the fingertips of the defender there, and it's going to fall incomplete and bring up 4th down. And looks like Coach Fekoch is going to go ahead and keep his offense out there this deep in the Cub territory. Fourth and 13 from the Brenham 26-yard line. Back to throw is Adams, gets pressured, rolling right, stiff arms a man down, heaves it, and that's close. I think he caught it. From my angle, it looked like he caught it.
Ruled incomplete as he trapped it.
It was a low throw. He had to go down and get it, and they do rule it incomplete. So that's going to be a turnover on downs, and Brenham's going to get the football back. Almost a great grab there, but it's tough to put your receiver in that position. He was covered as well and had to go low to the ground, and they were able to knock it out.
Well, Brenham has been able to get pressure on Peyton Adams all night long, and they continue to do so.
1st down and 10 here for Brenham from their own 26, and Stackhouse he actually handed it off that time once again to Jason, and pushing the pile forward, getting a good chunk on 1st down. That was Lopez on the carry. And brings up 2nd down. Second and 6, and they delayed handoff once again, and rumbling and tumbling forward to picking up the 1st down with a couple extra yards is Jason Lopez. Has a touchdown on the night, and he's had himself a solid game here at home. Brings up 1st down and 10 from their own 38. Quick screen out to the right side and up the right sideline, close to another 1st down. I think he's just short.
Takes the ball to the 46-yard line, brings up 2nd and 2 for the Cubs. Number 2, Logan Williams on the defensive stop.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 2 from their own 46-yard line. They'll turn and fake the handoff as he rifles it to the left sideline, cutting up and picking up a huge gain into Patriot territory. A good read there by Stackhouse as he kept it, was going to run, and noticed his receiver there on the left side and just got it to him, let him run a little bit. First down and 10. Now from the Patriot 42, and running up the middle here once again is Stackhouse as he gets a solid gain and is near another first down. Brenham on the move. 2nd and 2 once again. Stackhouse this time does get rid of it. Jason Lopez on the carry, and he is brought down, tumbles forward. Almost no gain. He picked up maybe half a yard, and it's going to bring up a big third down here in this second half. 5:09 to go here in the third quarter. Brenham on top, 21-6, facing a 3rd down and 1. Just outside the 30. This time they hand it up the middle, and moving the pile and trudging forward is Jason Lopez. And that's plenty for the first down. Keep the drive alive for the Cubs.
Tyler Wagner on the stop for the Patriots.
Another first down, 1st and 10. Moving deeper into Eastview territory at the 27 this time. They hand it off once again. And another good chunk gain there on a first down run. Very little plays going backwards here for Brenham. Second and 8 from the Patriot 25-yard line. And hesitating, kind of pumped, and then finally let it go and rifled it. It was caught, but good defense. There was defense all around the area.
Yeah, that tackle was well covered. The play was well covered by Tyreek Styles-Obashiri.
This is going to bring up another third down, 3rd and 8. On the 27-yard line. Stackhouse takes a snap.
False start.
Yep, they blow it dead. It's going to be a false start. They're going to knock him back 5. So a good opportunity here on the offensive lineman there, getting called for the false start. A good opportunity to get this defense off the field, or at least get a third down stop, as after the 5-yard penalty makes it 3rd and 13. Patriot 32-yard line. .325 and counting here to go in the third quarter. Brenham on top, 21-6, 3rd and 13. Stackhouse looking to throw, fires it down and just way out of bounds. And that's gonna bring up 4th down. I imagine they'll keep the offense on here this deep. It does appear they will. Good chance here for Eastview to repay the favor and try to get a turnover on downs here.
Well, they need a stop. That's for sure.
They need a stop, and they need a stop within 13 yards. 4th and 13 on the Patriot 32-yard line. Stackhouse fakes the handoff, looking to throw deep down the left sideline. It is incomplete. Good coverage there. And that was the do-it-all man on the coverage. Charles Ross able to knock the ball free. And Eastview will get the ball back. A much-needed stop there on defense. And now the offense has got to come through. First down and 10 from their own 32-yard line here for Eastview. 3:08 to go here in the third quarter. Brenham on top, 21-6. And Eastview trying to get that offense going. Adams in shotgun. And now he'll send Huerta in motion. Adams takes off up the middle and finds a wall. Is stood up. Ball came out late. The line judge says he was down. So it's going to be about a yard gain and bring up 2nd and 9, Michael. This offense, we talked about it there at the end of halftime, has a lot of weapons, but unable to get it to their playmakers so far, as Adams facing this 2nd down and 9 is going to heave it down the right sideline, and it is out of reach, incomplete, intended for Quentin Jackson, who was absolutely streaking down the field with no one in front of him. Missed opportunity there.
He was wide open, and Adams leads him about 2 yards too far.
So instead, it's a 3rd down and 9 from their own 33, and pressure here for Adams. Escapes it, rolling left, directing his offense, and finally throws it late, and it is caught. And trudging forward, that is Sedgwick on the catch, and he does pick up the 1st down. How about Adams there?
Showing athleticism
Absolutely.
as he escapes the tackles and then throws. He makes a throw while he's up in the air to hit Ross to pick up a huge first game. A very headsy, gutsy play by Peyton Adams. He rolls right. He's looking for his target and finds him. Charles Ross again with a 9-yard reception.
2 straight completions here for Adams, and 2 good throws on target to Charles Ross. As it's going to be a 9-yard gain that time. 2nd down and 1. This time they turn and hand it off to Huerta. Huerta finally getting a little bit of breathing room and trudges forward for about a 5-yard gain. Picks up the 1st down. There we go. Some action, some movement. And Adams making some plays on that last that last throw. I mean, he held on to the ball for about as long as he could while running around with like a chicken with his head cut off back there and keeping the play alive. This time does it again, fired down, and it's incomplete. Good job to just escape and live to see another day to bring up 2nd down.
Brenham bringing on the blitz on that particular play. But when you're successful in the passing game, it's going to open up your ground game. And that's what we saw with that carry by Tyler Huerta just a moment ago.
2nd down and 10 from the 39, and backing up, way up, and finally able to throw it out of bounds just before.
Going to get a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, he was hit high. He got hit in the face mask, and he knew it, and the ref knew it too as he threw the flag.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 34, on the defense. Automatic 1st down.
Getting a little too aggressive. What you need is more cowbell.
Right? Where's Christopher Walken at? He'd love this place. Will Ferrell. As the delayed handoff is to Quentin Jackson, trudging forward, refusing to go down. Quentin Jackson, touchdown Patriots, and we got ourselves a ball game here down at Brenham. Just what the doctor ordered there for the Patriots. Put together a nice drive. And the diverse play calling comes in and comes through as they'll line up for the 2-point conversion now. As low snap handled well by Adams. He gets it over to the corner, and he is in. What a catch there. Gets his feet down in the very corner of that pylon of the end zone to convert the 2-point conversion. And with 1:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter, we have a ball game with Brenham 21, Eastview 14. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football here live on SHN Sports. We'll be right back.
It's Jim from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want. with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
Welcome back to Cub Field, where your Eastview Patriots have just put 7 on the board. Isaiah Quentin Jackson up the middle for a touchdown.
Well, Michael, we talked about it at halftime. There's playmakers on this team. Get them the ball. Find a way to make it work. Quentin Jackson had, several carries in that first half, just unable to poke through the defense. This time, multiple big plays. He had a receiving opportunity that was overthrown, but makes the most of that run and just refusing to go down. Broke multiple tackles and then let his speed do the rest as Eastview narrows the gap, converting the 2-point conversion as well, and now holds the 1-score deficit. Brenham 21, Eastview 14, with Eastview set to kick. This is another short hopper, goes straight out of bounds, and Brenham will start their drive here with 1:06 to go in the third quarter with the 7-point advantage. However, Eastview has won the momentum again, and now the pressure falls back on the Brenham offense.
5-yard penalty from the point where the ball went out of bounds. First team at 36. Ball is going to be placed on the Cub 35-yard line. First
Scores from other ball games in the area. Maynard 26, Georgetown 21 in the third quarter. Also in the third quarter, Vandergrift 19, Vista Ridge 7. At the half, Lake Travis 42, Hayes 22. Also at the half, Bowie 21, Del Valle 15.
Low snap handled there by Stackhouse. Gets it over to his receiver, moving the pile and keeping it going near a first down. He just does pick it up.
That tackle made by Carlos Villarreal and Emilio Vargas.
Under a minute here to go in this third quarter. And Brenham once again going with tempo. First down and 10. As they do fake the handoff inside, and Stackhouse once again just runs through, arms at his side, and picks up about 5 on the carry, gets near the 50.
Brought down by Tyler Huerta.
Clock continues to run. We are under 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And this might be the last play of the third quarter. Second down and 6 from midfield. If we even run the play. 5 seconds. Ref is not allowing the ball to be snapped, but that is going to do it. As the clock hits 0 here for the end of the third quarter. And man, we got an exciting fourth quarter set here at Cub Stadium. Buckle up. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football live on SHN Sports.
Welcome back to Cub Stadium, where we're set to get the fourth quarter underway. Other scores in the area. In the second quarter, Austin High 27, Aikens 0. At the half, LBJ 7, Fredericksburg 0. Also at the half, Leander 28, Pflugerville 27. So a tight one going on at the field in Pflugerville.
Well, we are set for fourth quarter action. Second down and 6. Stackhouse rolling left, and it is caught down the left sideline, and they say he did get in. First play of the fourth quarter, and it is a Brenham touchdown down the left sideline as they retake the advantage, or retake the momentum and increase their advantage 27-14, awaiting the extra point with 11:51 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Now, there is an exclamation point.
I have a feeling we're not done with those on either side, as the extra point is up and good for the Cubs. So with 11:51 to go here in the fourth quarter, Brenham now holding the 2-touchdown advantage, 28-14 over Eastview. And we'll be right back in a moment. You're listening to Patriot Football here live on SHN Sports.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. The Brenham Cubs have just extended their lead by 14, 28-14 over your Eastview Patriots. 11:51 remaining in this contest, or at least in regulation.
Well, this game started as a bit of a defensive battle. We were trying to get both offenses to find a spark, and now we may have a little bit of a shootout on our hands as both offenses are finding success. We'll see if Eastview's offense can pick it up or keep it up, as they'll get the ball back, and play is blown dead on the return. Eastview livid, saying, why aren't you going to allow us to return the ball? The play was blown dead, ref blew the whistle, and they're saying they never even called for a fair catch. Let us run.
Yeah, Jerry Barron was the receiver, and he did not wave it off, and I did not notice any other upmen that waved it off.
An unfortunate break that will go Brenham's way, but regardless, decent field position here for the Patriots. Down 14, first down and 10 from the 35. And here's Adams rolling right, fires, and caught.
There's
across the middle.
Obashiri.
His first catch, if I'm not mistaken, of the game. Speedy receiver picking up his first catch and gets near.
And he picks up the first down.
Yeah, he does get the first down. He moves so quick, don't even realize how far he's going. As it'll be first down and 10. This time it's a handoff to Quentin Jackson, makes a man miss, cuts up the left hole and up the left sideline, sidestepping back inside and fumbled the football. And there's a scram, there is a fight, and I do not know who is going to come out of the bottom of this pile.
I think an Eastview Patriot was able to get it back in.
There was a receiver down there blocking with them, but Brenham says they have it, and we have not received any signal from the ref. Brenham got up celebrating, and they, I believe, had the football, and it is their ball. Quentin Jackson maybe trying to do a little bit too much on that play and lost the football, and that's a huge bummer here for the Patriot offense, who is finally kind of finding their own rhythm in this game. On a huge run there by Isaiah, he unfortunately coughs it up and gives the ball back to Brenham. So they will take over from their own 21, first down and 10. And this time it's another handoff up the middle, and finally being brought down near midfield is the man who has run all over this defense, Jason Lopez, number 13, the ball carrier. And he gets it just outside of midfield, as he'll take it again. Why not? As they keep feeding the hot hand, and he plunges forward for a couple yards and brings up second down. 10:54 to go here in the ball game. Brenham on top, 28-14. And with the ball in Patriot territory at the 47-yard line, both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. And Brenham taking their time much more than they were earlier in this game, as it'll be 2nd and 5. The Patriot 46, 2 wide receivers wide on each side, and Stackhouse with the design quarterback draw just keeps it and plunges forward, getting smacked over and over again, yet somehow continuing to plunge forward, and he picks up a solid gain there. However, it will bring up 3rd and short. Probably the biggest 3rd down so far of this game for either team. Third down and 3 from the Patriot 47-yard line, and Stackhouse is going to get dropped in the backfield. It was a bad snap. He dropped it, he picked it up, but had nowhere to go after that. And the ECU defense with another huge play when they needed it.
Well, that's what you got to do when you have that fumble. You got to make a stop and force them to give you the ball back.
And on 3rd and short, they finally get to Stackhouse deep in the backfield and create about a 7-yard loss and force the punt.
Ross and Quentin Jackson back deep to receive.
And
the punt is up.
it's
Quentin
gonna
Jackson calls for the fair catch.
Yep, fair caught there at just outside his own 20s. Going to take over here at the 19-yard line, and Eastview still with some life. 9:16 to go, but you got to think they got to get something going here on this drive. Down 2 scores.
You got to turn it up, get it downfield, put a score in.
Believe in your defense.
Yeah, believe in your defense and get Brenham back off the field and get your offense back on the field.
Feeling good. Starts right here. First down and 10. Done 20-yard line, and a little bit of a miscommunication there between quarterback and receiver, but he is able to complete the pass. Adams over
Michael Sedgwick.
To Sedgwick. He started kind of cutting up, but came back to get the ball. Good catch there. And way to help out his quarterback. Trudging forward here is Quentin Jackson on the carry as he picks up a couple more yards, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and a couple here for the Patriots this time. And that was actually Huerta on the carry, as Quentin Jackson will check back in for him for this 3rd down play. 3rd and 2 from their own 27-yard line, and Adams is going to flip it over to Jackson on the option on the pitch, and he does pick up the first down. Good play call there.
Great job by Peyton Adams to keep the ball till the last moment before he made the pitch out to Quentin Jackson, who was able to pick up those crucial couple of yards and get that first down.
Absolutely. The patience was key there for that play, and it does move the chains as Adams gets pressured once again, looking to throw down the field, and it is almost intercepted. And more of a corner play there by Sedgwick to have to knock the ball out of the defender, and thankfully he does. It falls to the turf and brings up 2nd down.
And that's a very heads-up play by Michael Sedgwick to knock the ball out of the defender's hands, as he was well covered, and the ball was just a shade underthrown.
A lot of these guys playing both sides of the ball, and a situation like that, it comes in handy. As it'll be 2nd down and 10. Adams back to throw, looking deep across the middle. It's caught by Quentin Jackson. All day in front of him, sidesteps his defender, and he is going to go all the way. Touchdown, Patriots. Touchdown, Isaiah Quentin Jackson on the pass from Peyton Adams. And once again, Eastview narrows the gap.
Have an injury timeout on the field of the injured Cub. But what an outstanding heads-up play by Peyton Adams Stephen, who stood in the pocket and took a shot as he made the throw and hits Isaiah Quentin Jackson wide open in the middle and busted coverage by the Cubs, able to juke a player and take it to the house.
You know, Adams has had a little bit of a rough game, definitely a rough first half, but one of the main things that's impressive about him is just his ability to hang in the pocket, mess around behind the line of scrimmage, run around, stay on his feet, and give his receivers an opportunity to get loose and for him to find them. He always keeps his eyes downfield, which, you know, you hear as a critique on a lot of young quarterbacks, but he does that well. And bouncing back after 2 interceptions thrown in this game and a couple of touchdowns now, and none bigger as the extra point is blocked that time. So it'll remain an 8-point game with 8:03 to go here in the fourth quarter. Brenham on top 28-20. But Eastview has responded time and time again to hang around in this game, and we're going to be right back after a word from our sponsors with the rest of this exciting fourth quarter action. You're listening to Patriot Football here live on SHN Sports.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Well, with still 8:03 to go. Still with 8:03 to go here in the fourth quarter, and I have a feeling we have yet to see the end of these fireworks here as both offenses kind of finding a groove here, and crunch time as it's fourth quarter time, and Patriots find themselves down by 8 with 8:03 to go, and they'll come out for the kickoff. And then once again, it's just, oh, it's actually recovered by Eastview. Wow, a heck of a kick there by Vargas.
Charles Ross comes underneath it and makes the catch.
I honestly was just expecting it to sail out of bounds like all of the other kickoffs had, and maybe Brenham was too. And Charles
I think
Ross,
there's some arguing if the ball went 10 yards. And it was just an excellent onside kick by Emilio Vargas.
Absolutely. I mean, it was almost like an over-the-shoulder catch from the sky as Ross got under it, and it is going to be confirmed. And Eastview's going to take over at the Cub 45-yard line. Heck of a call there. Comes through for him.
Gutsy call by Coach Feacock and his staff. Get this ball back. Now they just need to put it into the end zone. What an exciting game we've got going here in Brenham.
8:02 to go here in the ball game. Eastview takes over at the Cub 45-yard line. Adams back to throw, steps up, and fires across the middle. It is intercepted. A risky throw intended for Michael Sedgwick. Coverage was there and jumped in front of the pass, and we give it right back to the Cubs.
Well, that's the one Achilles heel tonight that has plagued Peyton Adams throwing into coverage is through the middle as he's thrown 3 interceptions.
So once again, pressure falls back on the Eastview defense with 7:55 to go in the fourth quarter after a recovered onside kick turns out to not do much, and the ball goes back to Brenham as they run it up for a few yards on the first down carry, bring up second down.
Great stop by Tyler Huerta.
And they're going to call an official's timeout here with 7:37 to go. I believe there's an injured Cub on the field. 7:37 to go. Brenham 28, Eastview 20. And this game is very much intensified from what we were seeing early on. A bit of a defensive battle, and now each moment becoming critical here down the stretch.
You can look for Brenham to continue the run game, to keep time off the clock and keep the Patriot offense off the field.
Yeah, we saw Brenham on their last offensive possession kind of take their time in between plays a little more. We've seen them use tempo, when, especially towards the end of that second quarter. And they kind of took their foot off the pedal a little bit here late in the third quarter and early on in this fourth. But in the end, it has resulted in Eastview hanging around and being able to score and stay in this game as we're set to resume action. It is 2nd down and 6. And Brenham at their own 39. They will hand it off up the middle, and good physical tackling, but very close to a first down. And he does pick it up just barely. Does Brenham move the chains as they get it to the line again of their own 45. Let's move the chains with 7:10 and counting left in the fourth quarter. And now Brenham bringing back that tempo a little bit as they run it up the middle. This time Eastview was ready for it, and they drop him at the line of scrimmage. They may have given him a half yard, but it'll bring up 2nd down, and a better effort there from the defensive front.
You know, the Patriot offense, our defense, playing salty defense right now.
And you have to. 6:40 and counting to go here in the fourth quarter. Brenham 28, Eastview 20. 2nd down and 9. As firing across the middle, it is off the fingertips of the receiver. He had his man over the middle, but an excellent effort by the man in coverage, which was Emilio Vargas, and was able to cause just enough commotion there to knock the ball free. And it's going to bring up 3rd down, a huge 3rd down here for both teams, but a decent throw there just off the fingertips of the intended receiver. Good play design. Fortunate there for the Patriot defense that it falls to bring up this 3rd down, and really need a stop here. 3rd and 9, 6:26 to go in the fourth quarter. And Stackhouse looking to throw, fires it down the field. That is caught up the left sideline and into the end zone for the Brenham touchdown, as they once again go up by 2 scores here about halfway through the fourth quarter. And a similar play as the one that they just fell incomplete off the fingertips, and they come right back and get down the field, and that time able to complete the pass. However, there's a penalty on Brenham, so hold on, folks. Let's bring that back.
An eligible player downfield.
A huge call that is going to swing the Patriots' way. We're going to have to replay that 3rd down.
So they give us
wow.
the down and the penalty, so that was 3rd down.
Wipe the points off the board and keep fighting. So we'll have a 3rd and long here. Back into Cub territory.
It's those types of penalties that you really don't want to see that take points off the board.
3rd down and 16 from their own 41-yard line. Stackhouse looking to throw, heaves it down the field. Once again, it is incomplete. Receiver was streaking up, pass falls short, and that'll bring up 4th down.
There's a miscommunication with the receiver as he appeared to run the wrong route. The good thing, if you're a Patriot, that's what you want to see.
Yes.
Get your offense back on the field, to see the points taken off the board.
And you see the clock stop on that 3rd down attempt. So with 4th down on the punt, We have 6:11 to go. It's a booming kick, and it's going to take a bounce out of bounds. They caught it at about the 25, so Eastview will go to work with 6:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Patriots get another chance here, a gift almost, after kind of shooting themselves in the foot a couple times here.
Well, you got to play smart heads-up football, and if you're Peyton Adams, you got to be careful not to throw in those tight windows there up the middle, as Brenham has played some wide coverage.
First down and 10, empty backfield for Adams as he'll take it and run, trying to get up the left or the right hash and then thrown back, but he does gain a few yards there on the first down carry. It's going to bring up second down. And the clock will continue to run. 5:40 and counting here in the fourth quarter. A good turnout here, by the way, by this visiting Patriot crowd. As Adams gets it over to Quentin Jackson on the right side and driven out of bounds near the 30. This is going to bring up third down.
It's like no gain on the play.
Forced him out, so it'll bring up third down and 7 from their own 28. Rolling right, here's Adams heaving it down the field, and it is incomplete pass intended for Tyreek Styles Obershear. And good coverage there, and pass
There is
went
a
wide and
flag.
knocked down.
There's
On the offense, number 62 downfield. That play is declined. Fourth down.
Penalties declined so that we can't replay the third down, but there was an ineligible man downfield, and unfortunately, Patriots are going to have to punt it away now.
Charles Ross on for the punting duties. That's when you want to get as deep as you can.
We've seen a little bit of both here from Ross at punter tonight. We've seen some short punts and we've seen some boomers. This one is exactly what the doctor ordered. Is it's a high, arcing, and deep, and running backwards is Brenham as he is going to get swallowed up. Excellent special teams coverage by the Patriots. They take him all the way backwards, and he's going to get dropped inside the 25, and Brenham will take over at their own 24. And a great punt there by Charles Ross.
5 minutes and 10 seconds left in this contest. Brenham has the ball at their own 25-yard line. So we've got to have a stop here, Stephen. Or a takeaway, either one.
Yeah, we'll be happy with either. Brenham, has had some big plays, some big passes downfield, and got to tighten that up. First down and 10 from their own 25, and they hand it off up the middle, moving the pile a bit and falling forward after a good gain on first down. We got a player down here for the Patriots, so we'll take a time, a little bit of a break here. 4:54 to go here in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Patriot Football here live on SHN Sports. Don't go anywhere.
It's Jim from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
And Kirkland was able to make it to the sideline for the Patriots. And we'll resume action. Second down and 6. And it's another handoff up the middle, driven backwards this time.
Thomas Thornburg on the stop. The big linebacker.
Huge stop.
Makes the stop.
big body, throws him backwards. They stop his forward progress at the line of scrimmage, but it's exactly what you want to see up from your front end late in the ball game. The clock continues to run, under 4:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. And 3rd down and 5 here for the Cubs. From their own 30, a quick pass to the left side. It is caught but driven down. They took his legs out from under him, and that's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and short. Brenham's offense has not left the field. And now they will. It's a 4th and 2, and they will bring up their punt team.
Unless they're moving the side. There again.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. It is more of 3. It's a 4th and a long 3.
Yeah, it's a long 2.
2.5. So they will punt it, and this is a sky-high punt. Fair caught. Or no, not fair caught, as Quentin Jackson cuts up the left side. He's got some speed. Whole team chasing him, and he falls out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
To be honest with you, I think he may have gotten away.
Yeah, I called it because I thought I saw his arm go up. Brenham is absolutely livid on their side, saying he waved and that his spot should be down.
Yeah, we'll see. Right now, they're
Eastview is agreeing, I think. Eastview's sideline, their coaches are looking at the other sideline, and they're waving. They're saying, yeah, he was, I think.
Well, they're not going to give up field position. They're going to argue for it, and it's up to the officials.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that they've been calling fair catches all game.
No flag was thrown on it, and when a runner advances the ball on a fair catch, that's a penalty, and nobody threw a flag.
Oh, yeah, Eastview is not happy, but they do reverse the call. They don't throw a penalty, even though he did run, but they do call that he fair caught it, so they are going to bring him back.
What? I didn't understand that 5 yard.
Yeah, so now they're bringing him back 5 yards on
now
the
they
return
did give
team.
him a penalty for a penalty that was not thrown, a flag that was not thrown.
And is that penalty only 5 yards? I thought it was.
I think Coach Feacock has a valid argument because there was no throw and there is no review in high school.
Right. How are you taking yards away from a flag that was never thrown? Or for a flag that was never thrown? Well, regardless, it'll be 1st down and 10 from their own 30-yard line, and Adams will run it up the middle and get stopped immediately, refusing to go down but unable to get anywhere, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe picked up a yard on the run. Three minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 9. Adams reversing field, throwing down the field. That is caught, and that is Ross, and play is blown dead.
But his knee never touched the ground. He did put a hand on the ground, but his knee never touched the ground.
But they're going to rule him down at the 39, as it'll bring up 3rd and 1. It's a shame because he may have been able to pick up that extra yard, as it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and spinning down, pushing the pile, and picking up the 1st down is Isaiah Quinton Jackson, who had that punt return brought back. But he is able to move the chains there to make it 1st down and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Adams rolls right, pumps, thought about heaving it down the field, and instead runs forward for a couple of yards, slides down. And
when he slides down, he's a defenseless player, and a player landed on him.
Much to the disapproval of the Eastview sideline, no flags, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard run. From their own 44-yard line, snap, handoff to Jackson once again, And rumbling forward for a couple yards. Bringing up another huge third down here. So he gets to the 46. 1:45 and counting to go here in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 5 for your Patriots at the 45-yard line. Rolling right, looking down the field, stopping and just having to heave it out of bounds. Incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Patriots. 1:35 to go after the incompletion in this ball game. Brenham on top 28-20. If you're just joining us, this has been a heck of a game, and it's going to be a heck of a finish. 1:35 to go. 4th and 5. And they have to get it to the 49-yard line, just into Cub territory. Adams looking to throw and heaves it down the field across the middle. Caught by Isaiah Quinton Jackson at the 15-5. Touchdown, Patriots. And they're going to have a chance to tie this game on the 2-point conversion. Big players make big-time plays, and they actually ruled them down, I believe.
No, they didn't rule him down. He was in the end zone. It was a touchdown. So it's at the line to kick the field goal.
There's been so many flags going on and callbacks. I just wanted to make sure, but it is a touchdown as we have a Cub down on the field, which is what the delay was for.
Yeah, one thing you have to admit on that last series, that last drive, Stephen, was we saw some strange things take place. Obviously, when they took possession, Isaiah Quinton Jackson did kind of throw his hand up. Now, I'm not saying he did throw his hand up, but it was only like this, like a, maybe up
he's
to
just on a parade
his hand
float.
up to his shoulder, just a light wave.
Waving by at the crowd.
No whistles. He heard no whistles. And so to him, the ball was still live, so he took off running. No flags were thrown. But at the end of the play, it was ruled that he signaled for a fair catch, but no flags by any of the officials acknowledged it.
Right. So instead, Eastview had to drive down the field to get a huge passing play from Adams to Quinton Jackson. And with 1:25 to go in this game, both teams have all 3 timeouts. That may be a factor, but with 1:25 to go, Patriots find themselves down 2, and they are going to call their first timeout of the half to talk over this 2-point conversion with an attempt to tie this ball game. And Michael, I'm going to ask you, 2-point conversion to try to knot this game up. 1:25 to go.
Oh, you have.
What are you doing?
You got to go for the 2.
Yeah, but what are you running? They've struggled to have some success up the middle on the running. Quinton Jackson has been able to find a little bit of space, more space in the second half, but play action has been working a little bit, kind of a rollout. I don't know. It's the option maybe that we saw them pick up a 3rd and 2 earlier.
I think they're going to rely on Adams' arm to get it in, and he's been successful when he's rolled out. So we look for something similar to that.
And he's also
pick it up,
picks when he's rolled out. So we'll see what we get here for the 2-point conversion. It's going to be Adams in shotgun, 3 receivers wide to his right. He'll send Jackson in motion, looking right, gets pressured, heaves it, and it is incomplete. Out of the outstretched hands of Tyreek Styles-Obashear. He had no chance at corralling it, and it falls incomplete. And with 1:25 to go, this is where those timeouts come into play. Eastview has all 3, or Eastview now only has 2 because they took them that first timeout to discuss the 2-point conversion, and now they only have 2 with 1:25 to go. Brenham with all 3, and they're going to have a good chance to get the ball back. So now we got to decide onside. I think might be the only call here. I mean, without,
yeah, I mean,
without
they're
that
going to
third
be
timeout.
they're going to be expecting it again, and they're going to kick an onside kick. If you're going to have any chance at this contest, you're going to have to do that, and we'll see. But I've been wrong in the past, where I thought that it was going to be. Coaches decided to do something different.
Well, whoever loses this game is it's gonna sting. But both teams have competed hard. Both teams have made plenty of mistakes, but also made plenty of plays to counteract those mistakes, and that's why we find ourselves in just a 2-point game. 1:25 to go. Vargas getting the ball on the tee. And we'll see what happens. Brenham definitely prepared for the onside, and before Vargas can get to the ball, a timeout is called.
Brenham calls the timeout.
Maybe a bit of a icing the onside kicker, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Making sure their special team is ready and lined up. But this also gives Eastview some time to be able to really lock in what they're trying to do here on this kickoff. A huge moment here with 1:25 to go in the game. Eastview down 2.
Well, you got your speed in your hands team on the our near side of the field. So those closest to the camera. And with a left-footed kicker, that's pretty much where your strength lies, is kicking it to that side.
If we had 3D, we could try to make the ball go into your living rooms. As it should be coming this way from that 40-yard line. We'll see. As Vargas set to make this happen, as it rolls, and it is recovered by Brenham, and they'll take over at midfield. Not a bad attempt. It kept it having a chance on the ground. It just never really got a pop and rolled all the way down into the arms of the Brenham Cub, and they'll take over with 1:25 to go. Each team with 2 timeouts. Brenham getting the ball at their own 50. Holding the 2-point advantage. Brenham 28, Eastview 26. And Stackhouse will come out and look to throw, and he is brought down, not down, but they're going to stop his forward progress. And Eastview immediately calls timeout with 1:19 to go, and they get about a 5-yard loss on the play getting to Stackhouse. Everyone in the building knew it was going to be a run, and they've been running a lot with that quarterback keeper, and that is what they did. And Eastview was ready for it. So they'll have 1 timeout remaining with 1:19 to go in the ballgame.
What has cost Eastview so far in this contest is the turnovers. And they've had 3 of them so far. One of them was a pick 6. Take those 6 points off the board, and right now you would look at a Patriot lead.
Well, we were talking when it was 6-0 in the first quarter, Eastview with the lead, how, in a close, hard-fought game like this, turnovers, end up being a huge factor, and that has been true. As this time, they'll late handoff as Stackhouse wanted to keep it, but neither of them had anywhere to go, and Eastview immediately calls their 3rd and final timeout of the game, and that'll stop the clock with 1:14 to go. And another loss on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and about 18.
Yep, 3rd and 18 And if you're Brenham, the 2-point lead, 3rd and 18, 1:14 on the clock. Do you just play it safe and run it up the middle, or?
Now that might be what they're looking at is knowing they're going to give the ball back to the Patriots, that they're just going to rely on their defense and go into prevent mode.
Yep.
Because they've got to go deep.
You got to think that it's just going to be probably a run up the middle here, and then Brenham's going to run as much clock as they can, but you got to get a tackle first, and staying on his feet, getting past midfield, reaching the original line of scrimmage and picking up a few extra yards, but it is going to bring up 4th down. But a decent gain there. Now you got to wonder, is Brenham going to stay on the field for the 4th down? And it looks like they are. 4th and 7. The play clock is at 22 and counting. The game clock is at 45 and counting. So they're going to get this play off with about 28, 29 seconds on the clock. In fact, I think they're just going to call timeout as the play clock is under 5. And Brenham with 2 timeouts left. They're going to take that second one.
We have a timeout, Brenham.
As the play clock nearly expires. So with 27.4 on the clock, this is high school football. Anything can happen. And Brenham facing a 4th down. Eastview is not out of this yet.
No, they're not. And, once again, they find themselves behind an 8 ball right here versus this Brenham team. Again, the story of the game is the turnovers, Stephen, and that has been the bugaboo for the Eastview Patriots tonight, where they've been relatively free of turnovers for the first part of this season.
Yeah, the defensive front from Brenham has caused all kinds of nightmares in the backfield for the Patriot offense, and it's definitely resulted in some forced throws. And so now Brenham will bring their punt team on the field with the 4th and 7. 27.4 seconds left. The punt is high, and this time Quentin Jackson, I saw him wave. I thought he was just trying to get in position.
He called for the fair catch.
So he did call for the fair catch this time. No controversy, no questions.
No.
It's going to be downed at.
But they are in a deep hole here in their own end of the field.
Yeah, inside the 15, just on the other side of the 10. It's going to be marked down at the 11. So 1st down and 10 from their own 11. 20.7 seconds left. Eastview down 2 and needing a miracle here on the other end of the field as they'll empty backfield, and Adams looking to throw, gets it over and cutting up the right sideline and out of bounds, stopping the clock with 14.7 left is Tyreek Styles-Obashir. And with as much field to go as they have, I mean, getting in the hands of a speedy guy like him is smart. Just need more space. 2nd down and 3, and the snap was unexpected, and Adams' defense wasn't ready for it. Now play is blown dead.
It's going to be a false start.
Yep.
On the center.
As really nobody was set or ready at all, and
snapping infraction.
False start. On the offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So it's a false start. Going to knock him back 5 yards, and it's going to remain 2nd down. And the game clock with 11.2 on the clock, and let's see what we got going here. 2nd down and 8. 3 receivers down to his left, and they're going to blow the play dead. I think Coach Fekoch was talking to that ref right next to him, the line judge, saying, shouldn't there be more time added? Because they took time off during that play that never happened, that they blew dead due to the false start. And I believe that's what he was talking with. And
Back to 14 seconds. The penalty for the false start, the clock was dead. Should not be running.
And that is indeed what the mix-up was. Good job by Fikach down there talking to the ref and
paying attention to it. So.
And getting it settled and getting those seconds back, because that's 3.6 seconds that they get back. And Adams will get to throw, and it is nearly intercepted, but it is caught. And Brenham really attacking that football, trying to rip it free, but
the clock should stop for the first down placement.
And it does with 6.1 to go, and he's going to try to spike it immediately, and that will stop the clock with 3.9. Wow, so we should see one more play here, and expect anything here with nearly 80 yards to go for Eastview to have any shot. Like they're going to go empty backfield. Adams in shotgun with 3 receivers wide to his right and 2 down to his left. Tyreek is in slot left, and here is Adams sweeping it down the field, and it is popped up in the air and falls into the hands of the Brenham defender, who just sits down right there, and that will be the ball game, folks, as Brenham defeats Eastview here at Cub Stadium. 28-26 the final score in a hard-fought win. Eastview is going to fall to 1-3 on the year, 1-1 in district play. Brenham is going to move on to 2-0 in district play and 2-2 on the season. Lots went on here, especially in the second half. Ultimately, I'm with you, Michael. I think it came down to turnovers. Brenham had a turnover as well, but Eastview unable to get any consistent football for any length of time, and they showed, moments of greatness and moments of, turmoil, and in the end, fall 2 points to Brenham. But respect to both of these teams. I mean, they both played hard, and they both made mistakes, and they both bounced back from those mistakes, and Brenham gets the victory.
It was a valiant effort by the Patriots, who found themselves down by 14 at one point in time in this contest and managed to battle back, even though they had some momentum-changing events, that were going their way. It's like the onside kick that they get, right after they scored, some momentum going their way. And then they turn around and throw an interception the very next play.
Right.
Some of those things that just take the wind out of your sails. The pick six that Adams threw,
which was, he threw an interception, then he threw a touchdown. We're thinking, okay, let's get it going. Then he throws a pick six.
But even with the adversity that they were facing, they didn't hang it up. They dug in and they fought back. They just came up short. The crucial 2-point conversion, where Adams threw low and wide of Tariq Styles Obashiri for that conversion, ended up costing him, or we'd still be playing football right now. So great contest. The players, they believe in Coach Fikach. They believe in what he's doing. And it shows. I've said that several times, and tonight was no different.
I couldn't agree with you more, Michael. I mean, thinking back to Isaiah Quinton Jackson's freshman year on campus on varsity, and there were times when Eastview would go down the way that they did earlier in this game, and then we'd have a blowout on our hands, and the game would be over in the second or third quarter, and there was definitely potential for that, as Brenham went ahead by 14 multiple times throughout this game, and Eastview never rolled over, battled through those turnovers, battled through the mistakes that they made on their end, and still managed to have a really good chance to win this football game.
They put themselves in a position
absolutely
to win this ball game, and unfortunately, mistakes cost them. But you got to hang this one up. It's behind us now, and we got to look forward to taking on Cedar Creek next week at Memorial Stadium in Bastrop.
Yep, 1-1 on the season in district play. Brenham moves on to 2-0, but lots of football left in district play, and still an excellent opportunity for this season for the Patriots moving forward.
So still a lot of football left to go. Take a look at some of the scores around the area. Final, Vandergrift 40, Vista Ridge 14. Vista Ridge's last win over Vandergrift was 56-52 in a slugfest back in 2014.
Wow.
That's a 6-year drought going.
Yep.
Another final, Georgetown 36, Manor 26. Georgetown comes back. Eagles score 22 unanswered points in the second half to pick up the win. In District 13 5A Division II contest, Cedar Creek, who we will be facing next week, they defeat Elgin 20-16. This is only the second 0-3 start for Elgin in the last 15 years. At the half, Brian Rudder 35, Lockhart 28. In the third, Lake Travis 42, Hayes 29. In the third, Westlake 42, San Marcos nothing. Other finals from the area, Cedar Ridge 46, Anderson 14. Cedar Ridge won playoff game 70-14 in 2016 win over the Trojans. Other scores in the fourth, Pflugerville 40, Leander 35. Hutto 27, McNeil nothing in the fourth. In the third, Blanco 41, Luling nothing. In the third, Smithville 36, Gonzales nothing. So some great football contests in the Central Texas area and a great one here tonight at Cub Stadium in Brenham, Texas. So looking forward to next week and some great football from your Eastview Patriots. We want to thank you for tuning in to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. Be back with us next week when we will take on the Cedar Creek Eagles. We would like to thank our sponsor for the night and for the game, Grand Endeavor Homes, Our Bank, SHN Sports, Ideal Signs, Hewlett Chevrolet, and Hewlett Volkswagen. We'd like to thank them for their support of Eastview Patriot Football. Well, for Michael Francis and the great one, Stephen Strong, back with us tonight, we thank you for tuning in to Eastview Patriot Football. Good night, everybody.
Go Pats.